Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to Ryan McParland about Halo, which is currently on Paramount Plus. Welcome to the show, man. It's good to see you.
Thank you, Petey. Great to see you too, buddy.
It's so cool. This is insane because, like a lot of people that played video games, I mean, it's very rare that if you played video games, there's a small chance you've played Halo, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I would say big chance, right?
Yeah, pretty big chance.
Yeah, so I remember when this was like announced. Like it was like announced on social media that they were making a Halo show. Now we're talking about it on Paramount Plus. It's pretty insane.
I know, it's finally arrived, Petey. It is insane. Yeah, it's a surreal moment. Yeah.
What, like, can you even like wrap around, like your head around the idea of being part of a TV show of like one of the biggest video games on the planet?
No, I can't. I can't, buddy, and I still can't either, Petey, to be honest, because I remember first playing a video game at one of my buddies at high school, and he had an Xbox at the time, and I remember us being outside in his garden playing soccer, playing football, and we all barreled into the house, and he hit the button, and that was my first experience of playing Halo, and that was 20-ish years ago, or whatever, early 2000s, when we were all in high school. So the idea, or the notion that you can come from, a small village or whatever, and, fast forward a time, 20 years time, to be a part of something it's the stuff you dream of, Petey. Really, truly is, buddy.
It's cool to see your character in this show is in a really cool spot where he's kind of involved with a lot of kind of the conflict and storylines that keep happening. Like he's right in the thick of things, right? What did you know about the role, like when you were kind of auditioning and everything? Did you know much?
No, I knew nothing. I knew nothing. Yeah, I knew nothing. It was a regular audition, Petey, in the sense that, your agent kind of says, look, you have an audition for this. And I knew the video game. It's iconic. And it was almost the only thing that me and my buddies were talking about in high school for a period of time. Among maybe other games that we played on Steam and different things, Day of Defeat, Counter-Strike at the time.
Yep.
Half-Life was on the go as well, maybe a little earlier than that. But it was I had to sign so many things, and I had no real understanding of what the part was either. Yeah. I didn't know what the character was. I didn't know, if they were in one episode, if they were in 3, if they were in 4. I didn't know anything about it. I had a few scenes to prepare, and that was it. And I went and met Otto Bathurst, the most incredible director, So I had no concept at all, Petey, none whatsoever.
And then you just got. And here we are, right? No, it's crazy. The fact that the game doesn't really have a shelf life. Like a lot of the classic video games, Ryan, don't really have a shelf life. They're always going to be kind of around. I have friends too that still have their Nintendo 64s and still play Mario Kart. Yeah, GoldenEye, exactly.
GoldenEye.
Is the mindset now as well that the show might not really have like a shelf life and people can be able to watch it all the time because the video game also doesn't have a shelf life? Like the two go in hand a little bit when you're thinking about things like that. Like it's pretty crazy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the show, there is so much potential with the show, Petey, and that's always been the main focus for the showrunners and the producers and the writers and the creative team, the production team behind it. They see huge potential, because there's such a rich lore, there's an incredible landscape, there's such a beautiful world, really, that exists within the kind of Halo verse. And so we're only kind of breaking a little bit of ground with that. There's just so much that you can explore. Obviously it exists in its own timeline, the Silver timeline, and focuses mainly on Master Chief and Halsey and the Silver team fighting the Covenant, so there's just so much scope, and the scale is just so big that there's just so much to explore with it, Petey, So you
shoot it, you wrap, then you eventually get like, there's different waves, Ryan, of like the announcements of things. You get, it's announced, like you find out from your team the release date, right? That it's coming on a Paramount Plus, right?
Yeah.
What's your mindset like around you, your family, and friends the week of the release? I'm just curious about that. Even if you don't see your character as much in the beginning, but like it's coming out the first week, what's going through your head?
I mean, there's just so many different emotions,
Yep.
PD. You know, it was such a surreal thing to be part of. You know, I come from the theatre really in Ireland. Since I left school, I started working in the theatre in Ireland, and you know, then I started working in independent film. You know, so I've never done anything of the scale of this scale. And so, you know, it's been the most surreal experience. You know, I got the job, I couldn't tell anybody anything. You know, I had to lie to my nephews. I told them I was working on a movie, and then I had.
That's the best line. I had to lie to my nephews. I just told.
I had to lie to my nephews
effortlessly. That's amazing.
I had to lie to my nephews. But you want to know how I got caught, Petey? I got caught because we were shooting in Budapest in late 2019, and somebody had given me a sticker, and it was a sticker of one of the artifacts. At Christmas time, I had come home, and I think I was clearing out my case or whatever for the Christmas break. And I was looking at where I could put the artifact sticker. And, you know, I looked in different, you know, rooms in the house, and I looked at the water cooler, and I thought, you know, it'd be nice, you know, you go to fill up your cup with water, your water bottle or whatever, and you can see the beautiful artifact there. So it was a few months later that I was back shooting in Budapest that I got a call to say you've been busted. You've been busted, and we had to come cleaning you apart, you know. So
are you in Ireland right now?
I am, buddy. Yeah.
So here's the thing. So my last name is Peter Rumiliotis is my last name. So I'm half Greek, quarter Italian, quarter Irish.
Wow.
So I got the European. That's why that's why I got the hand gestures, right?
That's incredible. Wow.
I'm proud of the mix for sure. That's a cool mix. I'm happy about it.
Well, you got to come. If you haven't been to Ireland, you got to come and explore Ireland. You have to.
No, absolutely. It's amazing. Yeah, no, I'm quarter Irish. I did an interview recently with Aisling B, and I told her that I was quarter Irish, and she was like, "Oh, that's awesome. That's amazing."
Aisling's incredible. Yeah,
no, so good. You know, lately I've done a lot of interviews with, like, there's some good storytellers from Ireland. Like,
yes, there is.
I did an interview with Mo Dunford.
Yes, Mo's incredible.
Okay, Mo. And then, have you seen Kin on AMC Plus yet?
Yes, I have.
I've heard of it. Yeah, it's
incredible. Yeah,
so good.
Yeah. I worked with one of the directors. How long ago is it? Gosh, what are we? A couple of years, a decent amount of years ago, I guess you could say. Incredible director, Dermot Goggins.
Dermot. It blows your mind though how good the acting is in some of these TV shows, right? Like the acting is just
sensational. Yeah, it's sensational. I mean, you know, there's just an embarrassment of riches and talent all across the land of Ireland. You know what I mean? It's incredibly exciting time. It always has been, I think, to be an actor, to be an artist coming out of Ireland. It's always, you know, there's always been a kind of energy that's been kind of surrounding the arts in Ireland, you know.
So Paramount Plus recently had its first birthday because it's a newer streaming service, right? Which is crazy to me because I feel like it's been around for a lot longer.
Well, I think Paramount, The Godfather, you know, but that's the connection I make, you know.
Yeah, well, it's funny, there's a show coming out called The Offer on Paramount Plus, and Burn Gorman, who's also in Halo, is in that as well.
Yes, Burn's in it, yes.
So he's got the Paramount Plus tag team, basically.
He does. He does. I hope he let me in on it as well.
Yeah, but they're saying that, you know, I got a press release just about the popularity and the watch time of Halo has just been breaking records for Paramount Plus. It's pretty cool to be kind of on the flagship Paramount Plus show so far on the network, on the streaming platform.
Absolutely, Petey. Yeah. Absolutely. You know, but it's such an iconic show, and it's something that, you know, we were all incredibly excited, you know, to be a part of. And it's something that we were very motivated every day we stepped on to set. You know, every day we got into our costumes. You know, there was it was a privilege and honor to work on it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We wanted to bring the fans the best version that we could. We wanted to live up to their expectations because, Halo fans, they're some of the greatest fans in the world, but also we wanted to, show a different side of Halo, an adventure that newcomers to the franchise could also kind of explore.
And before we wrap up too, Ryan McParland is a storyteller. That's what you do basically. You're a storyteller. Did you always see storytelling as a team sport, like a collaborative effort? Because that's what it is basically, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, PD. Yeah, of course. I mean, my like I said earlier, the foundation of where I started working was in the theater, and there is no other way to work other than for it to be a collaborative experience. You know what I mean? So I've carried that into my work on screen in films and in television, and that was the beauty about Halo, from the stunt performers to, you see now, the visual effects team, to the production designers, to the writers, to the producers, to the directors, to the actors. You know what I mean? It was such an incredible group of people that worked on the show, and it was, in its purest form, a very collaborative experience.
And it's so amazing, and it's on Paramount Plus. Ryan, thank you so much for coming on Popternative, man.
Thank
This
you.
was great.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Lovely to chat with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So they can check it out on Paramount Plus. Where can people follow you on social media to keep update with everything? Probably Instagram.
Instagram and Twitter, at Ryan McParland is my thing, I guess.
Absolutely. This has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. Until next time, this is Ryan McParland, who you could catch in Halo on Paramount Plus. It's so big of a deal that he had to lie to his nephews.
I may get caught.
Until next time, this is Ryan McParland at PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.